Good morning, everyone. Hello. Good day. Welcome to the program. It is the Sunday. It's not just any Sunday. It is Father's Day, number one. Number two, it's the longest day of the year, which sounds exciting, but starts to give me anxiety that it's the longest day of the year because tomorrow it feels like the walls are starting to close in. Do you know what I'm saying? It's going to get smaller and smaller. And then the shortest day of the year is so miserable, so wet and cold and dark and gloomy that I hate it. Nevertheless, I'm here and I will be making coffee in my underwear on YouTube. And also, for the first time, we're on this little Twitter Spaces hootenanny thing here. So I don't know if you can join and listen. If you're sick of looking at my underwear, that happens to some people, certainly. Let's get a look at them, though. I think they're nice and fun. They're Calvins. They're blue plaid Calvins. People I got a comment yesterday. Oh, you're wearing all these boxer briefs. When are you going to wear just the brief? People really seem to like that part of the leg. That upper thigh there is very important to some people. That was a deal breaker to some guy who commented. Ty said, good morning, RJ. How are you feeling this Sunday morning? I'm feeling. I'm open to a variety of emotions. Ty said, also, blue is the best color. Thank you for wearing that color, and you're so welcome. People like the color blue for some reason. You know, if I'm wearing orange, but I don't think people are as crazy about orange as they are about blue or yellow in general. The yellow tones, I don't think they're really that crazy about them. Okay, Gamer says, well, hi, and the wellest of highs to you. Aaron said, good morning. Hamburger said, what's classier, mud wrestling or jello wrestling? I feel like if you maybe it depends on the mud. If it's a mud wrestling that also doubles as like a face mask, body scrub kind of thing that I could leave on after, let dry, and then take a hot shower, that would be interesting to me. However, I feel like, if we're really going for it, if I get mud in my eye, game over. If I get jello in my eye, would it sting? Or would it just, since it's just water and sugar, would it just kind of go away? I don't really know. So it depends on the mud. Depends on the jello, quite frankly, too. I want sugar-free. I don't want to have all this sugar, I finish jello wrestling and I'm all wired up. Neil said, good morning, everyone. Nug said, oh, hello. And hello to you. Sean said, hey, yo, culties. Hi, Mr. City. Did you wish Effie a happy birthday? No, I didn't. Is this one of those hip daddy things or is it actually his birthday? I will also have you know that today is my father's birthday and his father's birthday. So fathers all the way around. A round of fathers for everyone. It's also Martin Landau's birthday. But he's dead. He's very dead. He's been very dead for a number of years now. David, speaking of fathers, he's really the father of overacting. David Arquette said, good morning, all. Happy Father's Day. When you make the nice Father's Day post a picture of your dad or someone who's a father figure in your life, that's great. It's nice and great. But when you go and happy Father's Day to all the fathers or anyone who's ever been. It's just like, shut the fuck up. You don't need to stand on this soapbox and make this proclamation to every father's rallying the troops for what? Just post about your dad, maybe even an uncle, grandfather. I'll grant you a grandfather or a mentor in your life, a father figure, and end it. I don't need you talking about mine. Leave me out of this. Nug said, happy Father's Day to David. Neil said, oh, great, starting with some anxiety. Yes, because it's the longest day of the year. If you're just tuning in, the length of this day is going to be enormous. Leo said, has a guy called Randy DM'd you, not to my knowledge, on Instagram asking for custom matches? He asked me and follows you. Maybe. It's quite possible. People who order custom matches are often very aggressive. So that's certainly possible. However, I probably sussed it out early. He probably said, hey, buddy, and I didn't open it. Nug said, are these official Drew McIntyre merch underpants. Unfortunately, no, but it'd be good cross branding. Somebody alert him. I think I look great in these. Certainly no David Crummels. Positively, he said RJ is banning people who call him Zaddy. That's for sure. I'm more of an uncle. More of an uncle. Oh, Uncle RJ. Good luck in the future. Nail said, let me jump over on Twitter and see what's happening there too. Nails, please report back. We are live on Spaces. For some reason, it's a sociological experiment. Sean said, thighs are important, just like in general, though. Can you imagine having legs and not thighs? David said, I'm not just some guy. Yes, you're a father figure to me. David also just texted me and said, have you heard about cacao butter and chia seeds? And this is the second time in this week he's told me about them. So I'd love if he could explain it in length. Courtney said they fit well, talking about my underwear. Thank you. Positively E is using the David emoji appropriately. Blue Meanie is here. Good morning, all. Thanks for the nod with your underwear, RJ. Every time I put on blue, I look up and I point to the sky because I don't know if you know this, on Blue Meanie's Wikipedia page, it had him listed as dead. And it's since been rectified. So he's come back from the dead. He's blue again. And we're all happy for him and proud of him for coming back to life on Father's Day. That's the new Easter, is what people are saying. Nail said, we have some listeners listening in. And to those listeners, I say, hello, listeners. I'm listening. Nail said, Meanie, you're alive. Did someone edit your wiki for you? Courtney said, good morning. Hope you have a good day. I'm trying. Positively E said, are the Canucks still banned from America? It's not the going to America that's the problem. It's the getting back. Canada has a real tight border now. America's like, if you want to come, and then, depending on what state you're in, you kind of do whatever you want. It's the getting back. So Canadians are not going to America for fear of not being able to come back to Canada. It's this dire odd times. Sean said, I totally said birthday by accident. I meant Father's Day. Oh, yeah, because Effie is a daddy, not an original joke. I can see it. Well, I already went on the birthday rant. So to pull a Hausen, happy birthday to Effie. Nail said, birthday on Father's Day. Great money saver. But then it's 2 phone calls. When I'm done here, I'm going to call my father, say happy Father's Day, talk to him for 5 minutes, hang up, call him back, and say happy birthday. It's a real shame. My father called me yesterday and the day before. And I knew, you already know, I have to call him on this day. Today is birthday and Father's Day. So I'm like, shit. I'm like regretting his calls because I'm like, all that call information, if all the contents of the 2 previous calls we could have put into today's call and had a real meaty call, got a lot. And now I'm like, what are we going to talk about? Happy birthday? Happy Father's Day? Yeah, I know. I talked to you the past 2 days. All right. Goodbye. Is that what we're doing? Positively E said, RJ, you ruined the birthday hat trick. My birthday is in basically a month from now, July 18th. So I was close. And I don't think I came out early. I think I was scheduled. So I blame my parents for that scheduling error. David said, wow, in regards to what? I don't know. Clarence said, hi, RJ. I was supposed to get my 5-pack of Calvin Klein briefs via Amazon, but for some strange reason, my order got canceled for no reason. I was so mad. I will say, Clarence, you do have more than enough Pride gear. You're kind of overflowing in it. So I don't think you're at a loss. I don't think you have no Pride gear to wear now. I've seen your pictures. You are proud as fuck, my friend. So it is their loss. So Karia, who apparently I've been mispronouncing her name for years now, said, good morning, everyone. My mom watched the show from last week and liked it. She particularly loved my dramatic reading of the Beverly Hillbillies song. Well, if you guys weren't here last week, I told a story about a man named Jed. A bunch of things happened, and it was nice. And she's really got to watch live to get the full experience. You know what I mean? This is like watching a video of Bruce Springsteen. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. Some unpronounceable name said, wow and nice. Okay. DJ Anthro Live said, good morning, RJ, from Staten Island. just making my morning coffee. Dear Lord. Staten Island. People, you're watching all the way from there. Good luck. Not crazy about the view, I got to be honest with you. For an island, miserable view. But you're there and you're persevering. Positively E called me Uncle Gildar. Blue Meanie said, I feel alive and well rested. Have you been walking around the house saying, what have I missed? This guy's president? Have you been staring at the newspaper in shock? Martin Landau's dead? When did they say you died, by the way? Tom said, good morning, y'all. Congrats on not dying in the last 7 days. I can only speak for myself and not for Blue Meanie. We love a tight border, said Positively E. Dear Lord. Positively E also said, rest in peace, Meanie. We hardly knew ye. Well, now you can know him again. Leo said, is it a bit weird when women want to call men who are not their dads and who they are banging daddy? No, because I think we've reformatted the word here. If you say dad, if you just say call me dad or who's your dad, that's no. But if you add a D and the Y, you're in the clear. On the flip side, I think it's weird to hear people call their actual fathers daddy. Like, what are you, 3? Nail said, do you feel left out that you don't share your father and grandfather's birthday? My mother and sister and niece were all born on October 5th, and I feel like the black sheep over in July alone. I think it's good. I think people want to spread out. It's madness. In my family, if your birthday is like within a week of another person, you're getting, the whole family's going to be celebrating it together, and that's it. And I think you kind of get Munsoned on the gifts too. So I'm happy to be, there's like Canada Day, 4th of July, and then we are coasting until the 18th. Nail said, so is anyone going to jump into RJ's Twitter space and invade it by speaking? Oh, my mom just texted me. She's watching the show and said, I call my father daddy, which is now just going to have to speak directly to my therapist. I think she missed. My mother is well ahead of daddy becoming a sexual term. So I don't blame her in that sense, right? I think. But if you're from this era, if you're growing up now and you're more malleable and flexible and choose to call your father daddy, I think there's something wrong with you. She's prior, She's also in the phone call era as opposed to the texting era. I feel like anyone over the age of 35 has the proclivity to call someone on the phone before texting them on the phone. And if you're under 35, it's like, don't. And my mom also texted me to say baby Jane called her father daddy. Well, that turned out fine. That was a real good precedent to set. I've written a letter to daddy. Jesus, this is a good start. Yeah, Nail said, is anyone going to jump in RJ's Twitter space and invade it by speaking? I think I would have to invite people, and I may do so at some juncture. Just hang tight. David said, wow, because I was so mean out of the gate. I called him the father of overacting. You made fun of my calves on Twitter yesterday, and I'm sensitive about them. And it's going to take me a couple more hours to get over it. Val said, I was not here last week, but I appreciate the rundown. Those were the abridged notes. And now my father texted me and said, I'm your father, not your daddy. And that's my point. Leo said the name Jed is short for Jedward. Jedward Clampett. Who could forget? Courtney said, oh, David, stop whining. Goofy said, still waiting for the dramatic reading of the Gummy Bears or DuckTales theme song. I'll get to cartoons. There's a slew of sitcoms to get through first. So hang in there. Can I make this bigger? Oh, no, you can see people who are listening, but you can't see who they are. You can only see certain people. Lonzo Wright said, good morning, RJ, from Nashville, Tennessee. Lonzo, thank you. I have a feeling it may be very humid there right now. So I hope you have the AC on. Or maybe you're wearing a flowy shirt and you're walking around the house with your arms open, which also works. Blue Meanie said, they said I died yesterday. Oh, that sucks. It was only a day. I wish it was like that he died like when Martin Landau died. Martin Landau died in 2017. And now, I got to be honest with you, I read that Martin Landau died on Wikipedia, and I'm starting to doubt it. Maybe I'll go to the store. Maybe I'll go to a CVS and run into Mr. Landau now and say, excuse me, Martin, did you have any idea? Leo said, imagine calling a woman you were banging mommy. My point exactly. You know, there's dad and daddy. There's mom and mommy. There's aunt and auntie. And just uncle. Unk? You can't say unk. Uncle-y? That sounds like someone who's kind of an uncle. Which is what a lot of my uncles are. A lot of my uncles, you just call them uncles, but they're like cousins and there's numbers involved. It's like your second cousin on this side. It's just say, are you older than me? Okay, you're an uncle. David said, you cannot kill Blue Meanie. Well, you can, but he will come back, I think. Is the real, sounds so stoic too. Please, Blue Meanie, please put up a shirt that has your death date and when you came back. Just the one day, an in memoriam. Revenge of B. Craig said, dear RJ, can you be my daddy? And I am so confident that I cannot in a variety of ways. Leo said, Meanie called Goldust mommy. But they were not banging, at least to my knowledge. I think that was also before the mommy daddy thing. That was the 90s, and they were a wild time. DJ Anthro said, I just made it. I'm 35. So I think you would have the proclivity to text. I hate when people are like, let me give you a call. I'm like, I don't want to hear you breathe. Positively E said that my mother grandmothered into daddy, which makes a lot more sense. No one says grandmommy. Granddaddy, people say granddaddy. It's very popular. Spot Center said the announce team was removed mid-show last night for using the wrong pronouns for a wrestler repeatedly. Well, good. They suck as commentators. It takes some learning. Certainly people will make mistakes, and that's fine. But if you do it repeatedly, you just leave. Rachel Clifford said, I'm over 35 and I do not make phone calls. That's because you're in with the youth. You have your finger on the pulse. David said, RJ is saying era so much that he sounds like a Kennedy. This is the right era. This is the David Arquette era. Error or error? Error. Kimbo Grand said, happy Father Day, RJ. And that's true. It is Father Day because you should only be allowed one phone call, one gift, one post. That's it. Courtney Wood said, thank you for singing. I've written a letter to Daddy. Made my morning. That's what I should be for Halloween or just maybe around the house. David said, sometimes RJ being mean on Twitter triggers me and I go straight for the painful buttons. Your calves are very smooth. They are very smooth. And I will note, now I got to show them. I will note, can I kick them up here? Oh, Jesus. I will note, everyone, that there is musculature here, you see, but there's just this long this long area of just no, I have long shins. Maybe that's it. I don't have small calves. I have long shins. Leo said, now Sonny is out of jail. How about bringing her on the show? The door is open. Steve said, Arnold Schwarzenegger asked, who's your daddy and what does he do? Which I think was inquisitive. That was like a take your kids to work day kind of thing. That was nice and fun. Happy Fun Bath Time said, do a dramatic reading of the Barney Miller theme song. I'm working on it. Nug said, have you any fatherly advice for the fathers out there watching today? Have a good talk with your children and say, let's have a talk and just talk about, whatever it is on your mind or not on your mind. You can talk about different things. You can talk about different kinds of wood, the humidity, numbers that are divisible by a lot. And at the end, say good talk, because regardless of the contents of the conversation, the opening and the closing will make you feel like you got something accomplished. David quoted me by saying, I don't want to hear you breathe. I think that's true. And yesterday, I didn't have to hear Blue Meanie breathe because he was dead, Sean said. There's a great line in an old Anita O'Day song called Massachusetts, where she said, where aunt means aunt, which I always pop for. Not dad talk, but you said aunt for aunt and jogged that loose. I will look it up later and listen to it. I will say I don't like saying aunt. Makes it feel, I have to get it back in my throat, and it feels like I just ate a piece of bread and I'm trying to talk. Aunt. It's a little Kermity, just saying aunt. Blue Meanie said, it took me 4.5 hours to drive 132 miles to Long Island yesterday, so the traffic did make me feel dead inside. Maybe you had pulled over and you were taking a nap. And somebody, the Wikipedia guy, I guess his name's Paul Wikipedia or something, drove by and he said, hey, that's Blue Meanie. I should update his page. Did you upset anyone? Is there a reason they did that to you? Sean said, that's a pretty good Kennedy. Thank you. David sent a wonderful tribute with a pair for my calves and for my Kennedy impression. I want to thank David Arquette for complimenting my calves. Now I've lost it. The Kennedys never talked about calves. So I don't know how it sounds. Happy said, best commentators ever were Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan. Hands down, I unabashedly agree. SM said, are we allowed to request dramatic readings on here? I don't see why not. I mean, I'll have to get the lyrics and suss it out, but it's certainly possible. Blue Meanie said, June 19th, 2021, for here on out shall be referred to as Meanie Easter. Why wouldn't you call it Blue Easter? The hell is wrong with you? Happy Blue Easter. And people think it's just some Orthodox religion. No. Easter is still in April, but also we celebrate Blue Easter too. It's when Blue Meanie passed away for a day and then came back. Yeah, he's good. No, he's doing very well. Rob said, Long Shins crew checking in. Nicholas Harold said, greetings all. I hope everyone is well. So do I. I have no way of knowing, but I certainly hope everyone is well. Goofy said, now all I can hear is Mayor Quimby's nephew. Say it, Frenchie. Say chowder. Oh, now I've lost the Kennedy accent completely. Once I said calves, I lost it. Spot Turner said, will you be included in the Barrie Wrestling 30-person tournament for wrestlers in Ontario? They're announcing participants, and I'm waiting to see your name. I'm pretty sure I'm not a wrestler, so I would not strain your eyes looking. SM said, Meanie Easter. Nug suggested we call Meanie Easter Meanster, which sounds like a bully from a good PG family show. That guy's a real meanster when he shook me down for my lunch money. You knew when I was watching Andy Griffith yesterday, you knew he would just, beat the shit out of Opie at some juncture. They would just close the door. Give me a minute. I need to talk to Opie. And then the door would close and Aunt B would be like, oh, and they wouldn't hit the laugh track. You'd be like, oh my God, the hell is going on? But Opie always came around in the end. Leo said, who is going to win at Hell in a Cell, Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker? I think we're going to finally see The Undertaker's brother, Kane. I don't know about that at all. I just hope that the new Blackjacks win the tag team championships. Neil said, Paul Wikipedia is friends with Dave Honor. They're good friends. Oh, wait, here's David talking about chia seeds and cacao butter. Oh, Jesus. He says, and I quote, by the way, chia seed, I guess just one, and cacao butter is my new obsession. It will energize you and provide you all the protein you need. It's such a great health hack. Happy Father's Day to all, which is, first of all, pompous. And second of all, sounds like you're starting some sort of pyramid scheme. Are you slapping your name on Uncle David's chia seeds? Is that what's happening here? It'll provide all the protein you need? How do you know? And I highly doubt that you and I require the same amount of protein. Do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe in your calves. DJ Anthro said, with a wonderful tribute, you're awesome, RJ. Great catching you live. Thank you. I feel like I've been spotted in the wild. So sweet of you. Spot Center said, SM, she spent half the day. It was her stomach for a few days prior, plus the COPD asthma, so she's fragile. What are we talking about here? I totally missed. I totally missed this. Did something happen? Rory Stark said Blue Easter Cult. I enjoy that also. Positively E said, now I sound like a Quimby. Steve Scott said, did Punky Brewster have an uncle? If so, that makes him Unky Brewster. That's certainly true. But was there an Aunt Cracker? Something for you to think about. Lonzo Wright said, I like when my girlfriend calls me Daddy Housen, but I'm a dad also. You know what? Just have her call you Housen. That's really a universally perverse term that you can use for almost any occasion. Neil said, Queen of the Ring, listening in on Twitter. Oh, hello, Queen of the Ring. I love how I just looked at the phone. Hello, Queen of the Ring. How are you? Lovely to see you or hear, to see you listening. Something. Clinty said, well, hi, RJ. How's it been? You're like 26 minutes late. The hell is wrong with you? It's been how it's been. SM has a dramatic reading request, and it is for the Reading Rainbow theme song. Here we go. Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. I can do anything. With friends to know and ways to grow, a Reading Rainbow. Is that the whole song? Let me look at the lyrics. There's got to be more. Reading Rainbow lyrics. Okay, hold on. That's it. It's so okay. Let me do it again. There's like one little stanza I missed, but that's a short ass song. Okay, it was sung by Shaka Khan. I didn't talk about dramatic reading. Okay. Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Just take a look. It's in a book, A Reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere with friends to know and ways to grow, a Reading Rainbow. I can be anything. Just take a look. It's a book. Reading Rainbow. And scene. Dramatic reading of the theme Reading Rainbow, as sung by Shaka Khan. How bizarre. David said, oh, look, it's a Humanus Argeus. He looks like a spray-tanned and shaved Sasquatch. David is feeling feisty today. It's because I suggested that we don't require the same amount of protein, and now he's upset. That's a grave insult. Neil said, he gets so New York when he gets dramatic. Well, it's a dramatic reading. Rob said, I need an RJ Shyster business card for my business card collection. I'll print one up. SM said it says I can go anywhere too. David said that's it. Aaron is dropping a rainbow. Rachel Clifford said, this is a good question. David Arquette, how does one eat the chia seeds? You don't just sprinkle it in your mouth. JD said LeVar Burton will be proud, and I guarantee you he will never hear or see it. Leo said, we have a request. A man trying to impress his date by eating a spicy meal in a restaurant, but it's way too spicy for him. All right, I'm just going to estimate 60 seconds because I don't want to do the thing here. Okay, this is a scene of a man trying to impress his date by eating a spicy meal in a restaurant, but it's way too spicy for him. Oh, no. This stuff is good. This is just how I like these snack shows. Leave them on. It'll be good. So, where'd you go to school? This is good. Really? Political science. That's good. I have a minor in marketing. No, I like it. It's just when I think of my college years, I get sentimental. I had a lot of good professors. That's why. It was really nice. Do these seats make it feel like your asshole is on fire? And scene. That was a guy eating spicy food that was too spicy for him, but he didn't want his date to know. David said, wow, a second reading. What a Father's Day blessing and Blue Easter. On Blue Easter, of all the Easters. Steve said, have you tried Danhausen's coffee? Was it very evil or very nice? Steve, first of all, I believe his catchphrase is very good, very weird, number one. Number two, Steve, I don't know where you've been, but I did an entire episode of this program, this very program, making said coffeehausen. So you're going to have to look back through the archives, my friend, and catch up. David said it's magical, Blue Easter, and it certainly is. Magical things are happening. Grillmaster said, RJ, will we possibly see you at Empire State Wrestling on July 31st? Grillmaster, I've explained that the border is very tight, number one. Number two, I've explained that I'm not a wrestler. And number three, according to ESW lore, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. I had a death match, and I lost. That's what happens. David said, put chia seeds in warm water or tea, and then they get all, here's a good word I haven't used in a while, gelatinous. Write that down in your notebooks, kids. Sean said, well, now someone has to tweet LeVar Burton. He's not. He probably has some social media person checking up on his stuff. SM said, RJ, Spot Center was giving an update on his wife. He had to rush her to the ER last week. Remember? Hopefully she's doing better now. Yes, I remember. That makes sense. And I'm happy that she does sound like she's doing somewhat better. Positively E said, RJ Shyster is his old wrestling gimmick. No, it's not my old wrestling gimmick. My old wrestling gimmick was RJ Metropolis. Jesus. David said, you missed the WKRP request. Where did I miss it? Oh, Herb Tarlack is dead. Thank you. Thank you, David, for alerting me to this missed request. WKRP theme song must be sung in his honor. The last line being incredibly somber. Okay, here we go. Here's my dramatic reading of the theme. It's actually long. I'm going to read the whole thing because I guess I have the time. Okay. All right. Can anyone name who sang Steve Carlisle thing? Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati WKRP. Got kind of tired of packing and unpacking town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were just never meant to be, but baby, think of me once in a while. Heading up that highway, leaving you behind is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Broke my heart in two, but baby, pay no mind. The price for finding me was losing you. Memories help me hide my lonesome feeling far away from you and feeling low. It's getting late, my friend. I miss you so. Take good care of you. I've got to go. Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati. Cincinnati WK RP. And scene. That was a damn fine dramatic reading of the theme from WKRP. Thank you, David, for alerting me to that request. I'm glad we're all caught up now. There we go. So I'm so glad we're back here. Sean said, have we even pressed the damn coffee? No, we haven't. And it's this nice coffee that I was gifted here. Blue Mountain Coffee, Flamstead Estate, which is like the name I would give to an estate if I was writing a sketch and I wanted a silly name for an estate. Famstead Estate, Lambstead Estate. Both sound like normal names. Flamstead Estate just sounds terrible. Medium roast, 100% Jamaica Blue Mountain. So all of this is from there. There's not one bean from Nantucket or something. Imported, roasted, and packaged by BlueMountainCoffee.com from Cumming, Georgia. Really shocked that they put the town on the bag. Oh, and I got a new French press. I was going to talk about this last time. That French press has done me well, but it's been leaking. So I got this Huckleberry here. Look at it. Can you hear this on the Twitter Spaces? It's stainless steel. Let me describe what it looked like. It's stainless steel framing with a glass French press. And this is slightly bigger than normal French presses. Normal French presses is usually like 32 ounces. This is a 34. So this is a custom job. Let me see if I can do a nice, smooth standing press. Look at this. One finger. Where does he get the dexterity? Oh, there we go. Flamstead Estates. Here we come. I got a nice cup here. It's gray. It's a Starbucks cup, but it doesn't look like a Starbucks cup, and that's why I like it. It's kind of plain. Ah, there's that Flamstead going on. That's nice. That sounds like a healthy stream. The doctor would say, this person, I don't need to check that prostate. You're doing very, very well. Let's have a nice sip. You can taste the flam in it. Do people want to hear me drink on Twitter Spaces? Does this turn into like an ASMR? Blue Meanie said, you're dead, RJ? I know a guy who can fix that. What if I want to stay dead, Blue Meanie? What if I don't want to play God? David said, I just gagged on chia seeds. Will somebody check on David Arquette? He's joking on chia seeds on Father's Day, no less. Please help him. Oh, my God. Rachel Clifford said, chia seeds tea sounds disturbing on some level. And that level is yours because you're the only person who finds it disturbing. Leo said, would you rather do a customs match with Virgil or sit through a 3-hour Tony Robbins, Gary V lecture? That would be physically impossible to sit that long without jumping and yelling at both of them. So I got to go with Virgil, who has a hell of a hammerlock. Nell said, it would really suck if after all the proclamations of us being unable to kill David Arquette, he would actually die. Wouldn't that be a shame? If he was taken out by his own, hoisted by his own petard, killed by his own chia seeds. SM said, RJ, very nice lighting this morning. RJ is glowing. Maybe it's just my mood. SM said, it must be the aloe vera. Just put aloe vera all over my face before I film this. Sean said, the famous flying Flamsteads, I saw them in Atlantic City, and boy, the things they do on those bars, and wait till they get them vertical. Revenge of B. Craig said, dear RJ, if you were a song from Lady Gaga's Art Pop, what would you be? Probably, you must have been a beautiful baby. It was one of my favorites that she did. David said, Blue Mountain Coffee, it's a blue Easter miracle. You're just joining me. I'm wearing blue plaid underwear. I'm drinking Blue Mountain Coffee, and Blue Meanie has come back to life. He was dead yesterday. Yesterday was a write-off. Didn't meet anyone for lunch. Canceled my plans. And then he came back to life. And we're calling today Blue Easter. David said, oh, he keeps talking. Look at how proud he is of his new French press. This is me getting a new French press is like me getting like a Cadillac. Okay. Spot Center said, Rachel, my daughter got me some nutritious bars that had huge seeds in it that I couldn't get past. It looked like bird seed. Now, RJ is upset that he read this for no reason. Yeah, I'm a little angry. That was more of an indirect anecdote that I did not, you shouldn't, that was not, it's not going to make the minutes of the meeting. Let me put it that way. Also, I have no idea what it's like to get a Cadillac. I have no idea why people are proud of Cadillacs. It's like a car is a car to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, well, what do you want from me? Does it drive? Is it nice to sit in? I don't care about the engine. I don't know the difference. Ty said, what happened to the gingerbread man one? Yeah, so I posted it for my members last week. I had no idea how much 12 ounces was, and I thought 12 ounces was a lot. So I ordered a 12-ounce French press, and it came with these little steel gingerbread men on it, and I swiftly returned it because I thought it was cursed. Oh, and I thought they'd come to life and try to take my coffee. Goofy said, Flamstead Estate sounds like a Jerry Lewis winery. Hello and welcome to the tasting at Mr. Flamstead's Estate. Oh, let me get him one moment, please. Mr. Flamstead, this wine is a very special grape. It's called Society Hudson. It's a Chianti. Aaron said, that's a smooth press. It is a smooth press. I'm happy that I spent the money. I think I deserve it. I think I've earned it. I mean, this is my material. You know what I'm saying? Leo said, have you ever stole cutlery from a restaurant? Not cutlery, but I was on a date, and the gal was enamored with a teacup from a Japanese restaurant. Actually, I've been on 2 dates with 2 separate people where this happened. And one of them took the cup, which I'm sure they knew it was us, because you come back to the table and there's only 1 cup. Because you get that cup no matter what, you know. And the other one it was a fancy place. They put these stones on the table that you rest your chopsticks on, so your chopsticks don't have to touch the table. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, does that answer your question? I was aiding and abetting, I guess. Positively E said, slurp it, RJ, which now makes me feel really self-conscious. David said, you should throw some cacao butter in there and it becomes bulletproof style. Does it? I'm gonna have to look. Where does one even procure this cacao butter? I'm gonna have to go on a trek, some sort of pilgrimage. Mel said there's quite a gang over on Twitter. Maybe I should say hi to someone is Nails here? Should I? Okay, let me hold on. Positively E said, what's a customs match? Using the appropriate members emoji. I don't get that. A customs match, there's a subsidiary of the wrestling industry where people order matches. Like, let's say, I want to see David Arquette against the Blue Meanie. So there's a service where they're like, pay us and we will give you that match. And it'll usually be in a building with a ring and no crowd. And sometimes you can request things you want in the match, so it can quickly veer into some sort of fetish territory. Although I feel like wrestling has inherently a lot of fetishable qualities to it anyway, so it's not that big of a leap. So that's a customs match. It would be custom for the person ordering it. SM said, a big welcome to those listening on Twitter Spaces. Please consider subscribing to RJ's YouTube and becoming a member. You won't regret it. I'll say. Also, if I get, I believe, 10,000 followers on this Huckleberry, I can do charity streams, and we can donate continually to the B. Arthur Fund, which is sweet. And Spot Center said, Virgil sold merch outside of a Wheeling Nailers hockey game. And I tell you, when I see a slap shot and then I walk out and I go, it was a good game, I want to see some Verge. SM said, a curse, Frank Express. Queen of the Ring is here. Hello, I'm invading your YouTube space now. This is very, Big Queen is everywhere. Big Queen is watching you. Hello, and also subscribe to her channel because she's also there. And can you click on it and see? Whatever, you'll enjoy. She watches things that I don't watch, so it all evens out. Spot Center said, size matters. What was I talking about? Sean said, wouldn't it technically be a tax write-off, all things considered? Absolutely. All this equipment should be. Is there a request to speak? Let me see. There's no requests to speak. That's fine. Maybe I should let me see if we can talk to Nails. She's always invite to speak. Let's see if she accepts the invite and then we can talk. That's weird. Whatever. We'll see. There's a request. Well, not now, damn it. Where is she? Nails, I requested. I'm inviting you to speak. Are you getting it? Is it working? Should we just talk? Invite to speak. I thought I was doing it. Oh, there we go. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, is this Nails?
It is.
Hi, Nails. This is RJ, as you seems to be aware, and now everyone can hear you, I think.
Well, hi.
Well, hi to you. I was going to say I didn't expect you to sound like this, but then I realized I did not think of what your voice would sound like ever.
No, I've never spoke to you before. This is a Geordie accent. I sound like Pat.
Yes. Okay. Is there okay, can you give the kids maybe an actor that has the same accent?
Oh. Sting? The singer? Sting?
Oh, my. Yeah, but I feel like, do you not feel like, since you know the accent, you're from the accent, do you not feel like Sting is a little bit bullshit in his voice?
He's a bit posh. He's a bit of a sellout.
Yeah.
Rob's laughing.
It's almost like the reverse of like when Madonna had the British accent for no reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's going on about, the sex I have.
No, it was the sex he didn't have. That was the whole thing with Sting, wasn't it? That the tantric thing of building it up and not actually doing it.
Well, but that's still sex. If I don't, here, let's get personal, Nails. If I don't finish, is it still sex? I believe so.
Okay, yeah, you got me there.
Right?
Right.
He was having it, and how he wants to have it's entirely his, whatever.
Whatever.
But I will say, if you haven't seen the ending of a movie, have you really seen the movie?
Yeah. This is I'm confused now. It's just too early to get this.
I'm sorry. It's for the sex talk. Is there do you have anything you want to say to everybody?
No, not really.
Good. No, this was fruitful. We talked about.
Can I say, thank you to SM. SM went to the world's biggest pistachio this week and sent Rob and I some gifts. And that was really cool. So thank you to SM.
But did you see a picture of the pistachio?
Yes, we got postcards. We got
okay,
a stress ball and lots of different pistachios.
Okay, but is it a real pistachio?
The squishy one? No.
No, but I'm saying the world's biggest pistachio.
I don't know SM. I'll have to tell them.
You know what I mean? Because if it's just a structure, if they built it out of wood, then it shouldn't really count.
So has she really seen the world's biggest pistachio if it's not a real pistachio?
Yeah, right. Because then it's just the world's biggest, perhaps mock pistachio, right?
Right.
Because by that logic, I can say, I have the world's biggest pumpkin and just draw a picture of a pumpkin.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Why is David Arquette calling me a pirate?
He's calling you I have to read the chat. Hold on. Oh, God. David said, I can't believe Nails is a pirate. He's saying your accent, I guess, is reminiscent of a pirate.
I'm actually, I'm trying to talk posh right now so that you understand me.
This is you at your best, and when you're yelling at your man when you're in the middle of a fight, all bets are off.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, my God.
I cannot think of a Geordie sentence right now to say it, yeah.
And where...
Okay, I would say where were we? Do you understand what that means?
Absolutely not. that was straight vowels. There was not one consonant in what you just said.
Where were we? Where were we?
Were
we when that happened?
Oh.
Yes.
Now, this accent, geographically, where is it?
The north of England, closer to Scotland.
Okay, so when you get to... What's the cutoff of north?
Manchester and up, I guess.
And then what's the next accent? What's the lower one?
What do you mean, the lower one?
What's beneath you? What's a southern accent?
Oh, where the Londoners, the Cockney accent?
Yes.
Bad chimney sweeps and stuff?
Oh, David just said that he's personal friends with Sting and Trudy.
Oh, so do they really have sex then?
He must. David, can you text Sting and say, did you come yet?
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, David. No, David said, should I ask him specific questions? Yeah. Would you consider it sex if you don't finish? It's a good question for Sting.
I actually thought that Sting, the thing that he did was sit cross-legged apart from each other and just thought about it. That's what I thought they did.
But okay, I mean that can't be sex. Even if you were aroused, that can't really be sex, right? Because listen, who among us has not sat cross-legged and just thought about it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the guy who did that every Sunday got banned. So
that's for sure. What was his name? Charles Dempsey Brown.
Shout out Charles.
Fun guy. Let's see. Poet or pirate, said Rob. No, I think he meant pirate. Nicholas said this is so meta. Jordy nails tracks for some reason. Sean said that was David. David's not a seafaring person. Sean said that you have a cultaholic. You have a cultaholic accent.
I do.
Oh, yes. Those poor. SM said it's not a real pistachio. Apparently, They get asked where the big pistachio is, and they point over to the concrete one. Also ran into the world's largest firecracker on the way to Pistachio Land. If it's a functioning firecracker, then you have a claim. But if you can't eat the pistachio, if you didn't grow it like a pistachio, like what the fuck are we doing here? Do you know what I'm saying?
It's just a waste of everybody's time.
I went to Chester, I believe, West Virginia, and we wrestled there, and it was the home of the world's largest teapot. And Dalton was like, oh, let's go and get a picture, and I want to do a video. And we go, this teapot's in the middle of the town. The thing is made out of wood. You can't put tea in it. You can't do anything with it. So what are we doing? What this town of liars, quite frankly. Yeah. David called you a pistachio pirate. Queen said Nails has to take the 7 C's after this call. You know what? Even if you had you're not gruff enough. Do you know what I'm saying? You have a nice sounding voice.
Yeah, but I'm trying though.
Right.
Like you understand me.
Yes.
Like I just said, so you understand me. If I just spoke naturally, I'd say, so you understand us. Yeah,
I would have to watch your mouth to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Rachel has joined.
It just said, how would I describe Jersey? New Jersey. Fuck New Jersey.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, now I've lost a bunch of followers. No, Rachel has joined the Key to the City. God bless you. Enjoy the exclusive weirdness. This is adorable. David said, okay, I'll send it up the flagpole. WG Lapotamane said West Country accent is the stereotypical pirate accent.
I don't think I sound like a pirate.
I don't think so. I think you need more like if you had a lower register.
Or something. Did I do that?
I don't know. I feel like you would have to smoke, you know?
Hermy Timbers.
See? That's better because it's lower.
Oh, thanks, Rob. I can read.
Ty said this somehow turned into City After Dark, but in the morning.
My apologies, Ty.
Sean said, we went right to sex. What do you expect? She brought up Sting. It's not my fault. Goofy Superman said, I've currently got Back to the Future 2 running in the background to mute to see if it syncs up with this episode of Coffee and Underwear. That would be the 7th sign of the apocalypse. JD is in love with what's happening right now. Rob said, yo, fuck Jersey. Well, so you've now been quoted. SM said, I love how RJ keeps looking to the side like Nails is standing over there. I do look at the phone for a response. It's very bizarre. I was trying to watch her mouth because I don't quite understand. David said, I love Nails' voice and that he was joking. Isn't that a thing we do here? So, okay. Oh, and Sean said, and it's so nice that he said this because you're not in the chat to type it. Sean said, fuck Steve Martin, Mark Ruffalo, and all of New Jersey.
Sean is my homie. I love Sean. Thank you, Sean.
And Stanley Tucci. Let's not forget that he's still out there somewhere looking for Italy. And Rachel said, I like that you were looking at the phone and you can see someone. That's how I feel. Looking at the phone is just professional, said Queen. And I agree. It's too bad we don't have like your picture up there. You have nails.
Yeah.
Wait, here's a question. What do you do? Why do you do the nails thing?
I just like it. Why do I need a reason?
It's not a profession.
The coffee. Why don't you put your clothes on?
Okay, fair, because I get very hot. But my question to you is, you're not a professional nail person.
No, I just like it. If my nails are bare, then like if I didn't have polish on my nails, I would feel like you if you had like a shirt on right now.
Right. Let me tell you something. You ever walk through the mall and there's like those kiosks in the middle of the mall and there are people who sell you like nail products?
Yeah, hide from those people.
This woman once, she was great, asked me what time it was, and the next thing I know, she was holding my hand and buffing. You know that 3-sided nail buffer?
Yeah.
I had never had it done before. And they're so smart to just do only one hand because now my other hand, I look like I have a slob hand, right?
Yeah.
You know, I hate it.
I judge people's hands like that. That's the first thing I do. I would never tell you to your face, but like I'd look straight at your fingernails and be like, ew. I
must tell you, one of the most disgusting parts of going to an indie show or like being on it is having to shake everyone's hands, because I would say at least 70-30, the ratio of just like dirty ass fingernails. It's like, what are you, all mechanics? Like, what is, cut them, clean them. You don't play guitar. David just realized that nails was in reference to fingernails. He thought you were like nails and like a hammer and nails. And he also said, fuck Stanley Tucci and pesto. Not a fan of the pesto sauce. SM said, RJ brings up sex all the time. Remember when Alicia Toot interviewed him in Dalton and he brought up Len's Steal My Sunshine video? Oh, that's right. It's my fault that Len is a brother and sister or they're cousins and they're writing disgusting people. They should be ashamed of themselves. I'm sorry. It's morally wrong. All right. Okay, Nails, I'm going to let you go and then I'll just wind up here. But thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
This is so nice. I will talk to you soon.
Okay, I love you. I love everybody.
I love you and everyone loves you and David loves you. And that's the important thing. All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And that's it. She's gone. Well, that is so insane and wonderful and weird and nice that we can do this. And maybe I should do it more. Rob said, put your clothes on. David said, fuck Stanley Tucci and pesto. I feel like Stanley Tucci would love pesto. Everything that you put tomato sauce on, he's like, have you tried it with pesto? Efren said they don't do much, sell you as they, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Leo said, I bet Virgil has long yellow fingernails. Rory said, sorry, just had a light tube death match. They're dirty before the show. Before they started wrestling, people are already dirty. Nicholas said, I just discovered that Len are related. So disgusting. They didn't tell anyone, which I think is really gross. By the way, there's a wonderful Instagram I love. I think it's called Siblings Or Dating. And you try to, it's just a picture. You have to swipe to find out if they're siblings or dating. Val said, bye, Nails. Love you, Nails. A said, thank you, Nails. Ty said, that was fun. Efren said, is your neck gonna hurt from turning to the left so much? I have to angle, if I'm going to keep doing this, I have to angle the whole set now. Val said, you were brilliant, Nails. Nails said, that was nerve-wracking. Nails, thank you for tolerating and being a part of that. Thank you. That it was so sweet of you. Nails said you did one. Ty said you did wonderfully. So Karia said, Nails, you did wonderfully. A said, did I miss something about Steve Martin? Yeah, I'm canceling his ass. Bang Show playing fool. I have no place for him in my world. David said, pistachio flavor really is a nice dessert flavor I've re-fell in love with. Speaking of re-fall in love, Blue Meanie is alive. Queen said, I'm available for next week's guest spot. Oh my God, are we starting this? This is going to be very weird. Be prepared to answer questions on tantric sex. Sean said, siblings are dating. Yeah, that's the Instagram. Rachel said, the pistachio is a fraud. It's a fraud stachio. It's a pistachio. It's a fraud. It's a fraud stachio. A said, are you watching the celebrity dating game on ABC? No, not since I tried to date Shirley Bassey in real life. Aaron said, what a Father's Day spectacular. Nails is very much, a maternal leader of this cult that's not a cult. Nails said, stop giving me attention or you'll get mad. Tell him he's handsome. Okay, fine. Leo said, pistachios are wonderful. They are, and I do like I like it as an ice cream, which you really... Like sometimes you eat pistachio ice cream, you're like, this is delicious. This is what pistachios taste like. And then you eat a pistachio and it tastes like dirt. I got to get some spumoni. That's what I'm going to be on the hunt for tonight. Cheat meal tonight, I'm going to hunt down some spumoni. Efren said, I'm not used to a person named Nails not having a distorted voice. Therapy time. Yeah, she should use a voice changer. A said, I'm out of loop on Steve Martin. What did he do? He got canceled by me. That's what he did. Nell said, AC played a banjo, and I think it made RJ cranky, so fuck him. Kevin said, didn't you beat John Atlas? Yes, I did. Efren said, spumoni and pesto. And on that note, I want to thank everyone for continuing the sociological experiments. We've learned so much. First of all, good news. Blue Meanie is still alive. SM is around and hanging in there. And Nails has a lovely voice. And a background husband. A good quality background husband. They sync up their act very well. Do you know what I'm saying? He knew when to speak and to let her have the floor. Is a nice duo act. David said, Best ice cream in the world is Dan Tana's espresso ice cream. Well, let's go. Let's get Allison Martino and let's go. Neil said, I don't need a pirate voice changer. Rob said, Spumoni, meet us at LMB 8 p.m. tonight. David said, next time you're in LA. Yes, with Allison. SM said, Rob is always available for trivia and general support. And Efren said, and people still have sex. And that's the reason that there are so many fathers in this world. And I just want to say, bless them, all of them, every single one. Let's get a final look, and then let's get the fuck out of here, please. Blue plaid. Isn't that nice? It's a subtle plaid. It's not in your face. It's not like, hello, I'm Scottish. You have to get close to realize it. Thanks, everyone. Godspeed.